Hi, welcome back to BizBOOSTER channel, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic, and I'm going to share with you the exact steps to measure your ROI of your social media channels. So you will be able to understand if you generate profit from your social media or you lose money on it. In order to measure your ROI of social media, you need to have clear measurement of two parts. One part is to measure how much revenue social media channels generate for your business. For this, of course, you will need to have a clear conversion tracking system in place. But this topic we are not going to discuss in this video because it's very complex. There are many technical details, and it is going to be part of another video. And the second part that you need to measure, it is how much costs involved in your social media management. So let's talk about the first part of the process and clarify how would you calculate how much revenue the social media generates for your business. In order to understand that, you need to have clear metrics in place for some certain parameters, such as first parameter that you need to measure and understand is the average lifetime value of your customer. Second measure that you need to know is the lifetime value multiplied by conversion rate. So this way you will be able to calculate how much each potential visit worth to you based on your average conversion rate. You also need to know how much is your average sale worth. So this way you will know how much is the average purchase that comes from your social media channels worth. Another important metric is your resource savings. What does it mean? It's very complex. It sounds so complex, but it's actually very easy. It is the metric that would help you to evaluate how much time and resources have been saved by your customers taking some actions on your social media channels rather than using other ways, for example, to contact you. This is especially relevant in terms of customer service. So, for example, if your customers reach out and ask questions on social media, obviously it saves a lot of time from your call center probably. So this actually saves money and time invested into your call center. It is also very important to highlight that to measure ROI on social media, it is very important to apply the same metrics that you use on all other channels. The second important part of your measurements in order to calculate your ROI is to understand the costs involved into your social media management. What kind of costs are involved in this process? So there can be, of course, different things depending on how many people involved. It depends if you pay some advertising agency for managing your social media. It depends if there are some employees that are doing that. It also, of course, depends if you spend money on advertising campaigns as well. So social media expenses can include the following: working hours, agency or freelance costs, the social media software that you pay, content development expenses, and advertising costs for your campaigns. How's it going? Have you found out the costs of your social media management, and also did you understand how much income it brings to a business? If so, let's go to the next part and actually calculate the ROI. The formula of ROI is very simple. You just need to divide the net income from your social media by the cost involved into managing your social media and the cost of the campaigns, the part that we discussed before, and multiply this number by 100. This way you will find the percentage that will be equal to your ROI. Let's see it with a very simple example. In this scenario, you have invested 5,000 euros into managing your social media, let's say Instagram. And you have been able to generate 9,000 euro from your Instagram. In this scenario, you would divide 9,000 euro to 5,000 and multiply by 100, which would equal to 180 ROI, which is great. Of course, ROI is not always positive, sometimes it can be negative. In this case, you will need to find out why it's happening and where you should cut in order to improve your ROI. It is super important to track ROI. As I said in the beginning, it will give you clear number that will show you if your social media channels are profitable or not. As you can see, the formula itself is super simple, easy, and every person with basic math skills can calculate ROI. The things get complicated when it gets to actually measuring and tracking the actual revenue generated from the social media, but we're going to talk more on tracking in our future videos, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and learn more from us in order to measure your ROI efficiently and develop a good social media strategy.